Hey, what's up guys, how you doing? I'm gonna show you the calibration for game mode, HDR picture game mode on Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard mode. And I haven't changed much, only a couple of things as you will see that I have changed. Obviously the OLED light and contrast, it's always going to be a maximum, but it's mainly the temperature that I left in the middle, and I felt that leaving the temperature in the middle gives you more of equal balance of color, you know, because you don't want to have something to be too yellow, you don't want something to be too blue, meaning yellow too hot and then too warm, or something blue too cold. So anyway, let me show you, before I jumped here into driving a car, let me show you what I have done here basically. Okay, so it's gonna be on a game mode, obviously. So click on the game mode. OLED and contrast has to be at the 100. Brightness at 50, sharpness at 20. Now here's the thing with the sharpness. Honestly, you can move the sharpness down a little bit. I say leave the sharpness at 10. You know, it's not gonna bother you if you leave it at 10. Color, you want to leave it down to 60. You don't want to be 63. I think it's too much. Temperature, see, this is the problem. You have temperature C 30. See, I don't like that. I like my temperature to be at balance. You see, this is too warm and then this is too cold. So I like to keep my temperature at balance 0. Okay, so let's go through this. OLED light obviously has to be 100. Contrast has to be 100 because it's HDR. Brightness, I wouldn't mess with the brightness. I think this is fine. 50 is fine. It's OLED. It's 50 is fine. Sharpness at 10. That's my preference, and I think you guys will agree why I left it at 10. Color at 60, which is fine. Honestly, you could move it to 55, and still will be great. So I would leave it at 55, and I'll explain why at 55. So color temperature at balance. Keep this always at balance. Now let me show you why color at 55 here. We're gonna dive right into that. Go to the advanced controls. You see dynamic color is off. So now, since I have my color at 55, guess what I can do? I can put it at medium now. I can put the dynamic color at medium. Okay? And super resolution medium as well, because I'm running a sharpness at 10. Alright, so let me basically show you how this looks. Let me adjust my camera, reposition it a little bit better. Yeah, I think this is great. This gives you total full view of the TV as it should be right here. And I have to admit, this looks pretty good for the Xbox One S HDR, considering this is upscaled. So we're gonna drop the car. It really looks great, man. Oh shit, that's some shitty ass driving right there, because it's slippery. By the way, I'm sitting like not even 2 feet away from the TV. Let's do a photo mode really quick here. I just want to show you a couple of things. Here. There's photo mode. Let me hide the UI. I just want you kind of to look at this, to examine this a little bit. You see, this is why I have my temperature in the middle, like not too warm, not too cold, because that's what you want. You want colors to pop naturally. You don't want temperature to be too yellowish or too bluish. And here's the car. I mean, it really looks good, man. Let me adjust my low light a little bit here, like that, so you guys can see it a little bit better. All right, let's continue. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Make sure that you also go to your video settings and make sure that your HDR brightness, it's not all the way high. Because if you move your brightness, HDR brightness all the way high, what's going to happen is then you see this, the F sign. I don't know if you guys can see this F sign. I'm sure you guys can see it right here. Let me turn my low light way down so you guys can see it. You see that F sign? If I was to move my brightness all the way high, guess what happens? Then you kill your white brights. So you don't want to kill your white bright levels. You want to keep your white bright levels right here, which you're going to see them right now. See, you want to keep them just about there. You don't want to go any higher above that. So you want to keep it right there. So it's very important that you fix this as well. Okay? Now I have my brightness at 35, which is perfect. And then the HDR brightness right there. Now, when they talk about HDR brightness, they're not talking about this type of brightness. They're talking about peak nits of brightness. So you got to be very, you have to distinguish the two. All right, they're two different things. This is different. This is more of a gamma right here. And this is the peak brightness. Save and continue. Now let's move on. And you will see it looks much better this way. You get to see the detail much better. Alright, let me check something else too. Hold on, let me go to the video. I think I can go a little bit, just a little bit more. Like right up here. I think here it's fine. And I think we can move the brightness a little bit to 45. We'll leave the brightness at 50. And then HDR right here in the middle. I think this is better. This is perfect right here. Yes, save and continue. Yeah, this is much better.
Looks like you got company.
Alright, let's do a photo right here really quick. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me see. Hold on a second. I think I could move the brightness a little bit. I think I can move the brightness down to 45. We go to the settings. Let's move the brightness to 45. Yeah, that's better. You see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to equalize this. I'm trying to make this. You see, you don't want to go too high to kill the F Forza sign logo. You want to make sure it stays in the middle. You know, here's the thing, man. When these guys calibrate the TVs, you know what they're doing? In other words, they're looking for balance. They're looking for balance. They're looking to balance everything out. And that's exactly what they're doing when they're calibrating, man. Those instruments they have, grayscale, they're looking for the balance, to keep everything balanced out. And that's pretty much all they're doing. But this runs pretty smooth. As I mentioned this earlier, you know, there's barely any input lag. You're looking maybe 21 millisecond input lag, low latency, which is excellent for an OLED TV. Oh my goodness. I'm driving like a maniac. Come on, Mr. 4K, get your shit together, man. By the way, this is the Blizzard level, which I have finally unlocked after all these months. Nice. Oh shit. Wow, that looks beautiful, man. Here we go. I adjusted my low light. All right, let's do this. Let's try from a different angle now while we're doing this. Let me move my camera. Let me try from a different angle. All right, I'm gonna try from this angle now. Hold on. It looks very impressive though, considering this is the Xbox One S. And, you know, I always spoke highly about the Xbox One S for a couple of reasons. Number one, the price and the fact that it was utilizing HDR and that it was upscaling to 4K. And the fact that it had a 4K Blu-ray drive in it, along with the 4K streaming with HDR. So, I mean, for $250, honestly, plus it plays video games. I really thought it's an excellent console. PlayStation 4 Pro, it's good, but I think here's what happened with PlayStation 4 Pro. They just kind of confused the people a little bit with the whole checkerboarding, you know, rendering and all this other stuff. It became too technically confusing. It wasn't confusing to me, trust me guys, it wasn't confusing to me, but it was confusing to other people out there. You know, what does the checkerboarding means? What does the rendering, HDR rendering mean? You know, how does that work? What do they mean when the HDR is rendering with the checkerboarding? How does that work? You know, this is a true 4K, it's 1440p. I thought it was a true 4K. It's a 1600p, 1800p. It was too much of a confusion going on there.
Alright, boss. While we get everything set up, why don't you tell me which one of these speaks to you?
Subaru always speaks to me. By the way, I need to get a Dirt 4. Dirt 4, it's that one game I need to get, man. And I heard the Dirt 4, it's PlayStation 4 Pro enhanced, from what I understand.
Nice choice. I'll set it up with snow tires before you take it out.
Alright, so I'm gonna skip through this. We're gonna go drive a little bit more. Mr. 4K upscaler. Cool, cool, cool. Let's open the door. Looks nice. Let's get in there. You know, this game would look so great in VR, man. Alright, let's close that. Let me see if there's any upgrades that I need to do. Custom upgrades. Alright, I'm gonna add this one to favorites.
Driver on snow and ice. Since you've got more than enough fans already, we'll be awarding stars instead. Earn stars to progress through each round of the tournament. Win enough and you'll reach the Kingmaker. Win that and the crown is yours.
Alright, so let me go ahead and just really quickly drive up here. This looks nice. Wow, this looks beautiful, man. Also, guys, you gotta have to keep in mind that what you're seeing through this camera, it's nothing compared to what I'm seeing with my own two eyes. So you guys should definitely try this calibration. Check it out. Remember, you know, that this is a custom calibration. This is my own preference. Make sure you write these things down, okay? That's why I make these videos, so that you can write them down and then you implement them. But you have to make sure you use everything step by step here. All right, so let's go through this one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and go through this one more time with you guys. Alright, make sure you go through a game mode. User, see, it's under the user because I'm custom calibrated this. Alright, so here's the deal. OLED light and contrast, it's always gonna be 100. Brightness, I leave that at 50. The only thing I changed here, it's sharpness at 10 and color at 55. Now the reason I left the sharpness at 10 because I have my super high resolution at medium, I'm sorry. So the sharpness is at 10. Color it's at 55 because I have my dynamic color at medium. And color temperature, you want to keep this in the middle. You don't need to go any colder or any warmer because then the picture is going to be too yellow or too blue. So you want to keep this in the middle. Go to the advanced controls here. You see dynamic color, it's at medium because we have color at 55, so it fits perfectly. And super resolution, it's a medium. It sharpens the image a little bit. That's why I left it at 10. Remember, what we're looking for is equilibrium. We're looking for something on equality and medium for balance. The key word is the balance here. And here's the most important stuff here as well. Go to your settings. On game, make sure you go to the video. And on video, make sure that the HDR brightness, it's at the level where it's not crushing this Forza Horizon logo. Okay? And the brightness here, you can leave it at 45. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Try these calibrations, these custom picture settings, if you will. And let me know what you think. But you remember, you have to have an OLED TV in order for this to work properly. Alright guys, have a good one though. Take care.